Hey everyone, welcome to CrossGen Gaming, where I'm very sad to announce, this is a sad day actually, we've had a death in the family.
What?
So sad, Dill, it's just so sad.
A death in the family? What happened? I didn't hear about this. You didn't tell me anything about this. Who died?
343 is really just like doing the best that they can to not actually be alive anymore.
Oh.
And so unfortunately, that's where we're at.
Oh.
That's right. Unfortunately, Halo Infinite seems to have begun its plunge into irrelevance after months of declining player counts, poor communication from 343, and lackluster content announcements. But before we get into all that, give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified of when we post new content. About every other week. We're working on it. I'm telling you, we're getting there. So that sounds pretty hyperbolic, but you know us here, and we wouldn't make such a bold claim without at least a little bit of evidence to back it up, which is, this is how it should be. So Dylan, do you mind taking us on a trip through the tumultuous life cycle that Halo Infinite has had so far?
I guess. Man, you tell me someone's died and now you're having me read a eulogy for them 10 seconds later. That's pretty mean. Halo Infinite originally launched on November 15th, 2021 as the franchise's first free-to-play multiplayer entry. Ooh. Very fancy. When it was released, it faced stiff competition from both established free-to-play titles like Apex Legends, as well as other premium multiplayer-focused titles like the recently released Battlefield 2042.
It came out 3 days after Battlefield.
That is quite a bold move, to say the least. Fortunately, Spartans don't go down so easily, and Halo Infinite's multiplayer garnered pretty decent reception. In their review, IGN said, quote, "First impressions are key, and since 6 years have passed since Halo 5 Guardians, for a lot of people, Halo Infinite will be the first Halo multiplayer experience they've played at launch, especially since Infinite's multiplayer is free to play and accessible to everyone with an Xbox or PC." And what a launch it's been. With its tight 4v4 matches and more chaotic 12v12 big team battle on expertly designed maps, Infinite revives and reinvigorates the glorious sci-fi action that once made Halo king among multiplayer FPS games, end quote. Initial impressions by the gaming public were pretty stellar as well. Player counts were high, with the average for November 2021 at around 102,000 on Steam, coming close to rivaling Apex's 136,000 during that same time frame.
That's also not even including anyone on Xbox, so that's even more impressive.
But December was just the beginning.
You see, as fun as Halo Infinite was, and as much praise as it received for its stellar gameplay, most players couldn't quite shake this feeling that something was off about the multiplayer experience. Specifically, the monetization to content ratio just didn't seem right. Let's start with the content. Halo Infinite launched with just 3 playlists: Quick Play, Ranked Battle, and Big Team Battle, not including the bot training mode, because that's a training mode.
I mean, yeah, why?
Within those playlists were 6 game modes each: Slayer, Capture the Flag, Oddball, Strongholds, Stockpile, and Total Control. That all sounds fine until you realize that you couldn't choose a specific game mode when jumping into a playlist.
That's fun.
It's very fun, yes.
I love just picking a slot and then just randomly seeing what I want to play, even if I don't like it.
It gets worse. Dedicated matchmaking playlists for specific game modes weren't introduced until a month after the game initially launched. As a result, many players, read all, were forced into game modes that they don't enjoy, even in ranked play. That's the main problem, is when you were playing ranked, you would sometimes get oddball, and everyone hates oddball.
No one wants to play ranked oddball. That's not what oddball is for.
Add this on top of 10 new unfamiliar maps that may or may not show up depending on what random mode you got, and you've got a recipe to alienate even the most dedicated fans. Enter the monetization strategy. At first glance, everything seemed okay. Halo Infinite's primary monetization method was, and is, a battle pass, which is a common tactic used by other free-to-play shooters to incentivize players to keep playing the game. Except that the way that it worked in Infinite didn't really foster the best multiplayer experience. You see, in other games that use a battle pass, you make decent progress toward the next level of the pass by simply playing the game. Some other challenges may be thrown in here or there, but the main progression system is simple: earn more by playing more.
That makes sense. You would want to get rewarded for playing the video game, at least a little bit.
You play the Apex Legends, you get the cool currency to get the cool gun skins, and then you look cool when you're doing the cool taunts. In Halo Infinite, however, the daily and weekly challenges were essentially the only way to make significant progress toward the next level of the pass. What this ended up doing was incentivizing players to work toward their challenge quota instead of playing the game naturally, again, even in ranked play.
Let's go. Just keep it the same. Doesn't matter. No one cares about ranked play.
Not only am I playing freaking big team battle, but somebody's over there trying to take the ball specifically to get as many ball kills as they can for their stupid daily challenge. Great job.
Because I really, really need that slight little flashlight on my helmet. I need that.
To keep that money train rolling at launch, Infinite's paid bundles of, quote, premium content, an armor set and a skin for the battle rifle, essentially, cost more than the battle pass itself. Those are mostly gone, but they're still there. And there was also 0 free cosmetic unlocks available for players who only cared about the gameplay. You were essentially saying, if you want to unlock things in this game, you have to pay.
If you don't want to look like a basic bitch, give us some money.
All in all, this led to a dramatic drop-off in player counts, at least on Steam again, with Infinite averaging around 5,100 players, which is half of their player base in November.
To be clear, that's the month immediately after.
15 days after, by the way.
Oh, not even a whole month. Oh, God.
November 15th is when Halo Infinite's multiplayer launched, which was coincidentally Xbox's 20th anniversary, just so we're on the same page.
What a coincidence. Over the next several months, 343 made some pretty drastic changes to Infinite. For one, they introduced dedicated playlists for specific game modes. Thank God.
Woo! Team Slayer, baby!
Yeah, we'll only play that ever. 2, they changed the monetization structure of the Battle Pass to be more in line with other games.
Finally.
And 3, they launched the second season of the Battle Pass in May 2022, which I would like to point out is 6 months of one season.
Yeah.
That is a really long time for just one season. I mean, I guess you could say, it's different because it's the launch and the release of the game, sure. But still, that is so long for a season.
They said they were going to extend it because they were afraid that people would be mad that the first season was shortened. So they decided to just extend it. But I'm not sure why they would double it. Like 1 or 2 more months makes sense. Like, hey, we're going to do a 4-month or 5-month. But like 6 months?
That's half a year. That's a long time.
Because I think most battle passes are, I think the shortest I've seen is a month, but they're normally around 3 months. And I think that's what Halo's is supposed to be going forward.
I'd prefer that. Even with all of that, Infinite's multiplayer saw a consistent decline in player count, at least on Steam, with the beginning of July being the lowest the game has seen since launch, with just 3,800 average players. Interestingly, during the same time frame, Perpetual Internet Punching Bag Battlefield 2042 had an average player count of 5,400.
Whoa, that's like almost double in some ways.
Sort of, but it's a lot.
Close-ish. I saw some articles saying that it was double, but like, we'll link them. But like,
it's enough.
I also want to point out just another random game, just off the top of my head.
Of course, yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 has averaged around 20,000 in the same time period. So that game came out 10 years ago. Is all I'm gonna say.
20,000?
20,000 players per average, yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. If that wasn't bad enough, additionally, key staff members at 343, including the head of design, lead multiplayer designer, and art director, have left the Halo developer within the past few months. This is all pretty bleak considering Halo Infinite was supposed to be the big franchise to carry the Xbox brand for the next few years.
This is also not including all of the people who left before the game even launched. There were several departures in 2019, a few in 2020, so it just seems like the churn is really bad over 343. I'm not even 100% sure why, because it's also ranked as one of the best places to work according to some places that I've seen. So that begs the question, what can 343 do? You know, we like to ask that very important question. We talked about Sonic and what Sega and Sonic Team can do to make their games better. Let's talk about 343 and what they can do to make their game better. So while we're not 100% confident calling Halo Infinite dead, as the rest of the internet says that it is, it certainly seems that 343 has a lot of work to do if they want to right this ship.
That's to say the least in my eyes.
In order for 343 to start the healing process, they need to recognize what it takes to make a free-to-play game mutually beneficial to both developers and players.
Well, how do you make a free-to-play game mutually beneficial to both developers and players?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Dylan. There's 3 easy steps.
Oh, I love 3 easy steps. It's so nice and convenient.
It's so easy. Number 1, make the game fun to play. Number 2, release content that keeps the game fun. And number 3, this one's really hard to do, Make it fun to buy things.
Ooh.
343 has made a game that is fun to play, but they haven't done a great job of keeping the game fun, and they've certainly not made it fun to buy things. It's really stupid that I have to spend $13 on a Cloud9 armor set. That makes no sense.
You just feel dirty doing it because it's like, I paid this much for this.
Right.
The only one that I can think about that people were like, oh, I'll definitely pay money for that was the cat ears, which is shameful in its own right, but at least people enjoyed that.
We'll get into that when we do the extra content on this one. Clear roadmaps with compelling content and a plethora of cheap, fun, purchasable items should help the devs get Infinite's numbers back on track. We're Halo fans here. We want to see Halo do well. We like the free-to-play model. We think it can be a great thing for both the developers and consumers. You just have to do it right.
It's a fun game. Just keep it fun, man.
But those are just our thoughts and opinions. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. What, if anything, would make you jump back into Halo Infinite? Let us know, and maybe 343 will implement some of your ideas. Probably not, but they might. Who knows? Maybe if you ask for like a dog tail, they'll put it in. Who knows? I want the Super Saiyan monkey tail that I can like have and just like go Super Saiyan with.
Okay, that's better.
That'd be super cool.
Also, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a like, and if you want more, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when new episodes come out. But if they want to see you individually, John, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube. Yes, that's right. I'm no longer on Twitch. I had my last stream yesterday. That's time of recording, so that's fun. You can find me on YouTube, where I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I also am posting shorts reviewing the games that I have been playing, which is too many, and also some longer form videos surrounding kind of gaming in general. We're gonna put the link in the description because I don't have that cool like youtube.com/thegreatyuke yet. I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet. So anyway, Dylan, if they wanted to find more of you, where can they find you?
They can find me and all my weird little ramblings on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at The Dylan Machine. And I go around there just saying little things, being funny about Destiny, being funny about Sonic. You guys see my clips. I'm a very simple guy. It's Sonic, Destiny, and yeah, that's it. So if you like those things, go check me out there. We'll see you all in the next generation. Bye, all.
Peace.